sitting on the table. Money there. 40-story high-rise bicycles. That garden's still there because of this organization. And I think that's what gave people some strong.
Comment I made, there was this event that I was at Harry Belafonte, Wrestling Ground band in South Africa, and myself and what I felt moved to say on that occasion was a recollection of the role of music on our road to freedom in South Africa. And the point I was making, and of course, probably we've all heard of the Miriam Makeba's, the Hugh Masekelas, but countless artists. But as a people, we sang and danced our way to freedom. And the racist regime thought in their absurd ignorance that the singing and dancing was a sign that black people accepted an inferior position. But in fact, people sang and danced because they knew that freedom would be theirs. They knew that there would be a victory. And I love the point that you just made about how the arts transcend, do their own work of reconciliation. But also, I believe myself that the artists of today have an incredible role to play in the healing of Charles and I had a fascinating conversation for 2 hours yesterday with Harry Belafonte, who's thinking about his own legacy, and partly it's about the messages that he would love to see artists giving to the peoples of the world at this point in history, because we had a beautiful political analysis that may be spot on, but that would not make us lay down our lives. We will be willing to lay down our lives because we have hope. Because we have hopes and dreams of a different kind of world. I was reflecting when you were all saying these nice things. There's a passage in the Christian Bible that says, "Beware when all people think well of you." So I was thinking, okay, this is dangerous ground. But then I thought, well, I guess it probably wasn't true. Some people didn't think well of me, they tried to kill me. So I shouldn't get worried that all people are in fact thinking well of me. I'm also conscious, by the way, it's Brendan's birthday when?
We're going to get to that.
We'll get to that, okay. Today is the 27th of April. It is South Africa's Freedom Day. It is the day that South Africa became a democratic society. It's the day when Nelson Mandela became the president of a free South Africa. We had a celebration in South African consulate last night. But I was saying on that occasion, there was a particular moment when Nelson Mandela had taken the oath of office. He was now the president of South Africa. And at that point, there was a fly past of jets, and most of us ducked. They're attacking us. And then we said, oh my God, they're our jets. Suddenly, we had taken over the stage. Something that people had hoped and struggled and died for centuries. And it was extraordinary that it was the first time in 300 years that the people of South Africa had done something together when we voted. We'd never, ever, ever, ever in 3 centuries done something together simply as South Africans. Well, next year will be 20 years of democracy in South Africa. And I was saying yesterday to Belafonte, I said, you know, I could tell you the things that are wrong with South Africa today. I could tell you the bad news. And then when I finished my litany, probably you'll want to go away and commit suicide. And everything that I would say would be true. But I said I could also give you, and I in the horrible style I talked about sexual violence, political violence, terrible things that our cops have done, that our income inequality is now the worst in the world. And all of that would be true. But I could also tell you another story, all of which is also true. Say, constitutionally, we abolish the death penalty. And so doing, our streets ahead of the United States of America. We had hundreds of racist laws that only applied to blacks. We wrote a constitution that's been heralded around the world. We were the first constitution in the world that outlawed discrimination, not just on the basis of race, but also on the basis of also on the basis of disability. We were the first country in the world to put issue orientation into the Constitution. And I could talk quite correctly about how many people have water, electricity, healthcare, telephones that never had them. So in many ways, it's a beautiful story. But the beautiful story and the ugly story exist side by side. And the question for our generation is, how can we lessen the nightmare? How can we create that society of our dreams? I also commented last night that, particularly in the 1980s, South Africa became an issue for the whole world. In the sense you could go to any country in the world and you would find people who were anti-apartheid. Pete Seegers of the world had been singing in our support already for decades. But across the world, for my generation, apartheid was our issue. Obama says when he was at university, that was his issue. As I travel across the world, I meet people of a certain age group for whom our political awakening and political activism, some of us, it was first the Vietnam War, ending it. The other issue was apartheid in South Africa. So when we became a democratic state, again, the whole world celebrated. And when Mandela was president, every damn president who wanted to come, the ones who had been against apartheid, and even the ones who were for, they still wanted to turn up and bask in that world. saying the rest of the world freed South Africa. The people of South Africa freed themselves, but the peoples of the world walked beside us on that journey. So therefore, the success of South Africa is incredibly important for the world. If we fail, the world fails. Because it is the issue of all of us. Not because we were the only racist society, but we had this terrible form of constitutionalized racism. And by defeating it was a blow against racism everywhere. But everyone is thinking this over knows we haven't defeated racism everywhere. The fact that the prisons in the United States is still filled with African Americans, Latinos, Hispanics, we know that the reality, the legacy is still there. So people say to us, 20 years into democracy, have you not solved the problems? How many years since the Civil War in the United States? Have you solved the problems? Dream on. We still struggle with the legacy. For me, the wonderful thing about a day like today, there's something in common, I think, around the circle. That overwhelming the people in the circle know in their heart of hearts that they have to contribute to making the world a better place. They know it's not enough. And in a sense, the archetype of Cedas, the Connies, the Rubies, the Gangers, and I could keep going around the circle. We may have witnessed by our lives that we have to make a contribution. And I said to the people last night, when we get to in my faith tradition, you see, Connie's a secular humanist, but one day when she's at the pearly gates, in my tradition, there's a kind of accounting, and I don't believe that God will say to any of us, did you solve the issues of the United States? Has the United States become, instead of being famous for its nuclear weapons and for having used them, it'll become a society which is famous for its human rights, for abolishing the death penalty, for signing Kyoto, for becoming part of the International Criminal Court, being the place that outlawed torture. But people might say to each of us, did you make that? Did you make your play your part? And we know that some of these issues, like drones, neither side of politics is interested. You know? There are issues in the United States of the human family which the political class has no interest. They've got they're too much invested in it. So there need to be voices. And I've been saying in South Africa that we need a new language, the 27th and 28th of April. In a way, they're always bittersweet for me. And even the 27th, we celebrated, but we celebrated knowing that millions had suffered and sacrificed. So while we danced, we remembered the cost. And so I'm conscious in my own small way, the 28th of April, it's also about the cost. But I've often asked myself, why did I survive? Because, you know, I was a chaplain to a liberation movement. And as a chaplain to a liberation movement, I went to the graveyard so often for people who also didn't deserve to die.